And here we go.
What's going on, everybody? My name is Mike from the Super Wheeler Bros, and I've got a very special video for you today. We're going to be talking about Suicide Squad, the extended cut release that is out digitally now and will be out on Blu-ray early December. Now, basically what we're going to get into today is the extended cut worth purchasing? Is the extended cut really any different? And are we actually going to get to see the Joker more? Are we going to get to see what we wanted to see in the theater, what everybody was disappointed about seeing? What some people would think maybe vindicate Jared Leto's performance a little bit? Me, personally, it didn't bother me. I actually thought he did very, very well with what he was given. And the story kind of unfolded pretty well, in my personal opinion. First off, I'm going to tell you, right now, if you guys are expecting to have the director's cut, that rumored cut, where we had, you know, Slipknot being kind of misogynist, and where we had Captain Boomerang really getting on Harley Quinn's nerves, like she was really not liking him. If you were thinking that we were going to get the Joker and Harley Quinn having this tumultuous relationship more closer to mad love, that's not going to be what it is. It's not a director's cut. I'm just telling you that right now. I'm just going to save you the time that you're not going to see any of that. I'm just going to save you any kind of thoughts of going into this looking for that. That is not what we got. This is truly an extended cut. It is not a director's cut. It is not like Batman v Superman, where it wholesale changes the movie. It does expand a little bit on a certain bit of things, so more with the squad. There is, if you want to see more Joker, you're going to get maybe about a minute and a half more of the Joker. There's two key scenes, and I'm going to go ahead and discuss them right now. So, spoiler warning, those of you who want to have your own experience with the extended cut, go ahead and click away now and come back after you've watched the movie. The Joker is in a couple of extra scenes. There is a couple of scenes, and every scene that they extended here, you can totally understand why they cut it. The movie theatrically flows much more fluently than the extended cut. They definitely made the right decisions when it came to editing this film, if they were going to go the way that they did, which was having the Joker and Harley Quinn's relationship be a little bit more loving and less, mad love, violent, kind of antagonistic relationship, where Harley is just a hanger-on and the Joker really doesn't have much time for her. Like, he cares for her, but he doesn't really care for her. He puts her through the ringer. There's a lot of those scenes that were supposedly cut, which led to the ending where the Joker, you can see in the trailer, where his face is burned. None of that is in this movie. None of that is in the extended cut. The extended cut gives you a scene, two scenes really, that kind of don't make sense with the flow of the movie that they released theatrically. And it is a little bit confusing, and it kind of takes you out of the movie a little bit. So that's why, to me, this version of the movie, where they have the Joker and Harley Quinn not be kind of at odds a little bit, that movie works much better the way they had presented it in the theater. The scene with the Joker in the beginning is when he's breaking out of out of Arkham, and he's got Harley tied down. He comes in and basically says, "You had me in a hole of confusion and anger and blah, 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 blah." So it's just a little bit of an extended scene where he says, "I'm going to hurt you really bad." So that scene kind of doesn't really add any context to what's going on with them. It actually confuses a little bit. And the same thing is we get our little mad love scene where Harley basically stops the Joker. It's the scene they've used to promote the extended cut, so you can see that right now for free. It's on the internet right now. But they use that to kind of show the antagonistic relationship that kind of began and kind of blossomed into love, which you see when the Joker dives in the vat of Ace Chemicals after Harley Quinn. This scene is what leads up to that, where she stops him in his car and points a gun at his head, and he takes the gun away from her. Well, we know that in set footage, he smacks her as well. That's definitely not in it. So they were trying to maintain the loving relationship without compromising the scenes they were putting in, you know, to extend the cut. But again, those two scenes with the Joker, unfortunately, they're just not going to add much for you. At least they didn't for me. The next major piece that they kind of extended was a kind of a welcome piece, and it was between Deadshot and Colonel Rick Flag. Now, what they did there was they kind of expanded upon their agreement in order for Deadshot to get free and to get back to his daughter. Now, of course, Flag was playing him, but they at least made it a little bit more believable that Deadshot would go and maybe help Flag out by the end. Their relationship got a little bit closer. It made more sense in certain spots. So that stuff maybe was kind of welcome. The other kind of large portion of the movie that they extended was all about Harley Quinn inside the context of the Squad. They showed her kind of messing with and mentally messing with, showed her psychiatry skills, what they didn't really get into in the original theatrical cut of the movie. They kind of delved into her breaking down Katana. There is a scene where she talks to Deadshot about trying to get out of there and trying to break free, and Deadshot says, oh, I'm going to take these two guys out, and then about 7 of these guys, I'm going to need your help. And the spot where he said, stay evil, Dollface, spread the word. They didn't then go around and spread the word. Not really a necessary scene too much. I totally understand why they cut that. It didn't really expand anything, and matter of fact, it kind of slowed down the pace a little bit. So I totally understand why that was cut. There is a couple of instances where Killer Croc and Diablo get a little bit of extra fighting time, but that's really about it. They didn't really have much to expand upon. There was about 10 minutes more movie. I think the original cut is 202 minutes, whereas the extended cut is 214. So you're really not getting that much, and it's definitely not a director's cut at all. It's extended is the key word there. Now, should you buy this movie? I think the movie is still excellent. It doesn't change anything from the original theatrical run. It just expands upon what's already there. So if you enjoyed character interaction, then you're going to enjoy the extended cut just as much as you enjoy the theatrical cut. I thought about it long and hard before I did this video because I was really, really disappointed after watching it, and it's just because of expectations. It's the same reason why I feel like they disappointed a lot of people when they initially released it. It didn't disappoint me just because I got what I wanted. I love these characters. I love Harley Quinn. I love the Joker. Deadshot is one of the most underrated Batman villains that there is. And, you know, all of these guys, the actors they cast, the interaction between them, you know, Margot Robbie, Will Smith, Joel Kinnaman, who plays Rick Flag, what's his name? Jai Courtney. Jai Courtney had his first really good role for me as Captain Boomerang. I'm not even going to attempt to say Adewale's last name, the guy who plays Killer Croc. No clue. And Amanda Waller was pitch perfect. Viola Davis is Amanda Waller. So the cast is still great. The interaction is still great. Just weather your expectations. It is not a director's cut. You do not get to see that much more Joker. You don't get to see that much more of the storyline that they had rumored to have cut and changed. It is still, by and large, the same flow as the theatrical cut. So if you're looking for that, you're going to be disappointed. But hopefully you watch this review and you'll be able to weather your expectations a little bit, just because it's still a great movie and I still encourage people to go out and see it. Just don't expect to see all that Joker footage. Now, I haven't been able to take a look at the Blu-ray specs. I don't know if there's deleted scenes will ever see the light of day. Maybe someday we'll get a director's cut of this and we'll get to see those much ballyhooed Joker scenes where there's like a whole nother movie that they cut. So in the end, my review hasn't changed. I think I gave it either a 7 or an 8 on the podcast, and that hasn't changed. I still really enjoy this movie. I still really love so many aspects of this movie, including the cast and the action, the pacing, the soundtrack, which is amazing. So I will wholeheartedly still recommend this movie to anybody that wants to watch it, and I encourage people to give it a second chance. Now that you know what you're in for, go back and watch it again. I promise you, you're going to enjoy it more than you did the first time. Also, keep an eye out. I had been promising the top 10 reasons that Suicide Squad didn't suck. I will still be doing that video. I would still give this movie an 8 out of 10. Still really solid, great summer blockbuster, fun, flip it on its head kind of movie. Tell me what you think of this movie in the comments below. Like I said, I know it's out digitally. I don't know if you want to waste your money just yet and just wait for the hard copy, but if you have to see it right now, just go ahead out and let me know in the comments below whether you liked it, whether you enjoyed the extended scenes, or if you thought that it kind of took away from the movie. Tell me what you think in the comments below. I'd be more than happy to hear from you, and I'll definitely reply to those comments as best I can. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like. And if you want to see more great videos like this, more reviews, top 10s, and many other videos on the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, as we will be giving you much, much more in the future. My name was Mike from the Super Wheeler Bros, and as always, everybody, have yourselves a super week.